We'll do the evening chanting in Pali. That's found on page 18 in the dark brown chanting books. Yoso Bhagava Arahang Sammasambuddho Soakato Ye Na Bhagavata Dhammo Supatipano Ya Sambhagavato Savaka Sangho Dhammayang Bhagavantang Sadhammang Sasangang Imehi Saka Rehi Atarahang Aro Pitehi Abhipujayama Sadhuno Pande Bhagava Suchira Parini Buddhopi Pachima Janata Nukamba Manasa Ime Sakare Dukhatapana Karabute Patika Atu Amhakang Tikara Tang Hitaya Sukhaya Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami Andamayang Buddhasa Bhagavato Pupapakanamakaraṅ Se Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Annamayang Buddhanusatinayang Garomase Tangko Bhana Bhagavantang Ewang Kalayano Kitisado Apu Gato Itepiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vicca charana sampano sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisadha masarati satta deva manusanang buddho bhagavati Andamayang Buddha Bigiting Garomase Buddha Varahanda Varata Dikana Biyuto Sudha Vinyana Karuna Hisamagatato Bodhe Siyo Sujanatang Kamalang Vasuro Vandamahang Tamaranang Sirasa Jinendang Buddho Yosabhapa Ninang Saranang Kemamutamang Pattamanu Sati Tanang Vandamitang Sirenahang Buddha Sahasamita Soa Buddho Me Samike Saro
Buddho dukkha sangata chavita chahita same Buddhatsahang niyade misari ranji vitanshidang Vandantohang jari sami buddhatse vasubodhitang Nati me saranang anyang buddho me saranang varang etena sachawa jena vadayang satu sasane buddhang me vadamanena yang punyang pasutang idha sabe piya Taraya me ma he sung tatsate jasa Kayena vachaya vache tatsawa Buddhe kukamang pakatang mayayam Buddho patiganhatu vachiyantang Kalantare sangvaritung va Buddhe Annamayang dhammanusatinayang karomase Soakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko opanahiko bhachatang ve titabo vinyu iti Andamayang Dhamma Bigiting Aroma Se Svaka Tata Digana Yoga Vasena Seyo Yo Magapa Kambhariya Tivimo Kabedo Tamo Kulo Kapatana Dadadharitari Vandamahang tamaha varadamametang Tamo yo sabapani nang saranang ke mamuttamang Dutiyanu sati tanang vandhamitang sirenahang Dhamma sahasamita soa Dhammo me sa mikisaro Dhammo dukkha sangata chavidata chahita same Dhammatsa niyade misari ranji vitanchidang Vandantohang charisami dhammatse vasudhammatang Nati me saranang an Dhammo me saranang varang etena sachawa jena vadayang satu sasane Dhammang me vandama nena yang punyang pasutang idha Sabe pian taraya me ma he sung tatsate jasa Kayena vachaya vache tatsawa Dhamme kukamang pakatang mayayam Dhammo patiganhatu vachiyantam Kalantare sangvaritung vatame Andamayang sanganusatinayang karomase Supatipano bhagavato savaka sangho Uchupatipano bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipano bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi patipano bhagavato savaka sangho Yatitang cha taripurisa niata purisambhugala Esamhangavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyakitang Lokatsati Andamayang Sangha Bigiting Garomase Sadhamajo Supatipa Tikana Diyuto Yodha Bido Arya Pugala Sangaseto Sila di Dhamma Bhavara Sayakaya Chito Vandamahang Tamariya Naganang Susudang Sangho Yo Sabbapani Nang Saranang Kemamutamang Tatiyanu Sati Tanang Vanda Mitang Sirenahang Sangha Sahasamita Soa Sangho Me Samike Saro Sangho Dukkha Sangata Chavidata Chahita Same Sangatsang Niyademi Sariranji Vitan Chitang Vandantohang Chari Sami Sangha Sobatipanatang Nati me saranang anyang sang ko me saranang warang etena sa chawajena vadayang satu sasane sangang me vandama nena yang punyang pasutang itha Sabe piantaraya me mahe sungta satejasa Kayena vachaya vachedang sawam Sangye kugamang pakatang mayayang Sangho patigan hatu vajiyantang Kalantare sangvaritung vasangye
who's doing. Samata Chikalawasu Antraga Chantu Devata Sadama Muni Rajasa Sunatu Sagamukadam Sage Kami Charupe Kiriti Taratati Chanti Leka Vamani Deberata Degame Turuanegahane Watamhikate Jaya Tudeva Jaya Tyla Wisami Yaka Kandaba Naga Titante Santi Keya Muni Wa Wachachan Sadomi Sunantu Buddha Sawana Kalu Ayam Vedanta Dhamma Sawana Kalu Ayam Vedanta Sangha Sawana Kalu Ayam That's an invitation to the Devas. They're already here, but I feel like inviting some more so they can turn the heat up in here more. You know? You've heard the word Ajahn Chah, Lumpo Cha. Some of you know the name and some of you don't. And you go to Thailand, you say the word Ajahn Chah, most people won't know who you're talking about. Longpo Cha, Venerable Father. Oh, you mean Longpo? Okay. Just like how the Buddha was born, his mom held on to a tree limb. So did Ajahn Chah's mom. She knew. But his lineage, one example, here's his lineage. One example. It doesn't matter, monastic or non-monastic, Lumpo Cha's lineage. Wow. My abbot then, Ajahn Jayasara, he took me and 5 other monks to teach a retreat. Well, he was teaching the retreat to the people who runs the government of Thailand. They spend their most 50% of their life getting their education, and now they're working for their country, and now they want to get into their practice. And most of their education was here in this country. And so he left us after the retreat. He had to go to the prison and see some people. So the 5 of us went to the airport to get our flight back to Udon, which was perhaps maybe an hour and a half away. They had canceled the flight because of not enough passengers. I know they weren't looking at us because they didn't know us, 3 white guys, 1 Spanish, and 1 black person. They were just looking at our robes. They pulled a plane out the hangar, got a pilot and stewardess, and we had our private plane back home. Puja. Give you an example. Practice, practice, practice. More practice. The forest master, it's a real honor to be in the presence of a forest master here this evening. Ajahn Amaro. He asked me to give some reflection. This reflection, I want to give it a theme, respect. I was 19, going on 20, 18, 19 in Vietnam as a combat veteran. And I was assigned to a special unit. At first, I was repairing the navigation equipment in helicopters. That's the special unit. It was just a handful of us, about 60, that included the cook, the maintenance, anything with regards to running a little small unit. And we had special assignments. Our name was EMU, Experimental Military Unit, half Americans and half Australians. And we never got our assignments until we were up in the air. And you listen. You either listen to your seniors or you're dead. It's just that simple. It doesn't matter what kind of attitude you had, how racist you were, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Nobody cared. But when it come down to being a team, we were one. There were moments, one moment I will share with you. We had stopped like an airport to fuel up, and my vest, you would call it a bulletproof vest, we had another name for it, I would sit on my vest because I had more fear of getting shot in the butt than in the chest. I've seen people got shot in the butt and it doesn't look good. It's not good. Anyway, I got out, and as I was fueling, I looked around and saw a few bullet holes, and they were a couple inches from where I sat. And I called that in. I said, we got a couple of bullet holes here. Everyone checked the instrument, everything's working okay, and so got through fueling and not got back in the ship. We had me and the other gunner, we outside the ship with our guns, and we were running down the runway because the ship was full of fuel, and plus we were full of ammunition. So it was pretty heavy. So we had to build up some momentum to just run on down the runway until the helicopter built up some momentum, and we jump on the ship and continue on with our day. That's all I'll share with you. But in that moment, in that is just awareness. Awareness, just awareness. Okay. When death is there, it's easy to just be awareness. When you know death is there. Okay. And so you're operating from wisdom instead of ignorance. A lot of us, including myself, don't have that kind of level of consistency in the concentration practice. Okay. Back here now. And as Ajahn said, another exit point or that we can work with is when we're in feelings. After contact has been made. Okay, our level of concentration is at a certain point now. As you notice, it's much our mental activity is not as intense as it was the first day as compared to now. But you still have mental formation and you still relate to them or cling to them. And we create what we know as consciousness. And understand it's your consciousness. Before I move on, remember the morning chant where it says that part that I can't remember the name of the chant, but you're the owner of your actions. I take you all remember that? Yeah. And so you chant that for the next 7 days, then you're probably going to forget it. Okay? I have that chant for people who say, Ralph, I want to work with you. I said, okay. I pull that chant out and they see it and they read it. And the last line is blank where they sign it. I have to sign this? Yeah, it's just a contract. Well, who's the contract with? Well, the contract is not with me. It's with, you can call it nature, whatever you want to call it. What do you relate to? Wow, I don't think I've ever done anything like that, Ralph. So, okay. That I know they won't forget because we're used to signing things. Okay? So it's how serious you want to be with yourself. Another way of working, a wonderful way of working with your feelings and just being with awareness, especially at this moment in our retreat here together. Is what is this sense of self this made up of? What is it made up of? Form, feeling, perception, identification, consciousness. That links right into interdependent origination. Links right into that. My name is Ralph. Where did that come from? I didn't make it. I am a male. Where did that come from? I didn't make that up. They say I'm an African American. Where did that come from? I didn't make that up. So when you begin to understand yourself on this plane of existence, that everything about you has been made up with regards to how you identify yourself, something changes. Something begins to happen. And this is why the Buddha utilized, well, let's begin with form. since he didn't respond to self or no self. And there we have the elements, the four great elements. Like he said, no one's above that, including me. How can I relate to the elements? Not like a light switch, no. Like you look at the earth element, for example. We're more intimate with it than anything else in the universe. Anything, even your own kid, or anything you have a relationship with. The earth element. Anything we put in our mouth comes from the earth. Earth element. If you can just begin from that perspective, what goes in my mouth, how does it affect my system? We do it every day. But how does it affect me? Yeah, we know the nutritional aspect and all of that, but here's another level of this interrelation with the earth element. How this affects my system. How does it really affect me? And nobody knows that but you. And you won't know it unless you pay attention. No. As well as the fire element. You know, the home of the fire element is our stomach, our intestinal tract, our digestive tract. Like the home of the earth element is our bones. How do you take care of your bones? How is it with regards to eating in the morning, eating in the middle of the day, comparing that? Eating in the middle of the day compared to eating in the evening, where the fire element is at its highest point is in the middle of the day, the sun, the fire element. How is that? How does it affect you? Get in a relationship with the fire element. You will learn so much. The water element. Biggest portion of our earth that's covered with is the water element. It's huge. The water element. Drinking water. The taste of water. Oh, the delicious taste of water. Yeah. You notice every sit at the end, your mouth is dry. The end of every sit, every single sit. How come? Because your body is working. It's working. But are you nourishing it? Are you nourishing it? And the air element. Or you can call it oxygen. The body feeds off of 3 basic nutrition, and there's a pecking order. Number 1 is oxygen. Number 2 is water. Number 3 is food. We tend to give the most attention to number 3 and the least to number 1. Oxygen. Air. Vital. Precious. Beyond precious. But do you utilize it efficiently as you go through your 24-hour waking state? So there's form. And there's feelings. Oh my. And this is where we begin to become unique in our feelings, because it's based on our experience. And it's broken down into three basic areas: comfortable, uncomfortable, and neutral. I'm not utilizing the classic words. What is neutral? Well, neutral is like the clothing on your body, for example. It's just there. Oh, comfortable. This is a society that lavish in comfortable sensation, and we know that. Are you going to let yourself get attached and caught up in that? Something that you already know. Uncomfortable. You don't want to get caught in between comfort and uncomfortable. Why? If you don't want uncomfortable, then that must mean you want comfortable, huh? Neither one of them, the sensation, belongs to us. It's the body. It's form. And then on this level, it's all in the mind. Feeling. Perception. And you bringing up our memory. Here we're going into our library, our archives here now. And it all depends what's on your bookshelf, from 5 years old, 10, 15 years old, 20 years old, all between, all the various relationships, on all the various experiences that all of us have had. Remember, we all used to be little kids running around. Therefore, we have to make an identification, bringing in our mental world and the world of just form, material, in that instance to create this consciousness. So it just depends. If in our library, if the books are on the floor, then it's restlessness, anxiety, all kinds of emotions, and which is okay, because we can learn how to take the books up and put them on the shelf. It just takes practice. Just like what we've been doing the first 2 days. Notice how you've calmed down more. We have more books on our shelves instead of on the floor. Such a beautiful practice. Oh my. It just speaks for itself, and the results is instantaneously the more we practice. Now, where does respect come in, Ralph? You said respect. Well, if you don't have any respect for nature, well, I can send you to a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist if you don't have any respect for nature. Okay? That's another way of saying if you don't have any respect for your own sense of self. Well, what's been made up? And the more respect you have for you in there, the more respect, then the more you're touching on Lumpo Cha's lineage. and the more you understand the beauty of the practice. And the more you appreciate, really appreciate interdependent origination. Not just understanding. You've taken it to a whole nother level now. I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's always okay if you get to birth, identification, birth, where it plays itself out at the end, becoming birth. It's okay only if you say, okay, what did I learn? You're only taking 5-10 seconds to do some reflection. What did I learn? What insight did I get from this? As Ajahn Amaro was saying at tea, this is a very diverse community here. Reminds him of Amaravati. Very diverse. So we're growing. We're growing and changing, and yes, when I say diverse, I am so pleased. I've been teaching since '87. The only reason why I started teaching because I became lonely. I told Jack, I said, listen, I'm the only black person here, hundreds and hundreds of people, all these retreats, and the veterans, forget that. I had to close my mouth because of being insulted. And for the first time today, I met another veteran. Since 1987, I don't know how many retreats I practiced besides teaching since 1987. Give you an idea how much we have changed. Even though we just have one. Now I understand when everybody was white and they have one black person. Oh gosh, we diversified. Oh man. So now I get it. I get that now. So it's amazing. Be tender in there as I begin to bring this to a closure. Be soft, be gentle, but nobody knows how to be soft to you but you. It's like nobody can love you the way you love you, the way you want to be loved. Nobody. And the other side, of course, nobody can hate you the way you are, the way we hate ourselves. Remember that. Please be gentle. Pay attention, but be gentle. Be diligent, be gentle. Stay on course. Sadhu, sadhu, namo. I think it's cooler outside, so enjoy your walk.
We can finish with the 5 subjects for frequent recollection, with Ralph's contract at the end of it. And that is found on, thank you, page 55 in the dark brown chanting books. 5 subjects for frequent recollection. Andamayang abhinapachawe kanapatang banamase jara dhammo mijara anatito. I am of the nature to age. I have not gone beyond aging. Bayadi dhammo mi bayading anatito. I am of the nature to sicken. I have not gone beyond sickness. Marana dhammo mi maranang anatito. I am of the nature to die. I have not gone beyond dying. Sabehi me piehi mana pehi nana pavo vinabhavo. All that is mine, beloved and pleasing, will become otherwise, will become separated from me. Kama sakomika madayadoka mayonika mabandhuka mapatisarano yanka mankari sami kalayanang wa papakang wa tatsadayado bhavisami. I am the owner of my karma, heir to my karma, born of my karma, related to my karma, abide supported by my karma. Whatever karma I shall do, for good or for ill, of that I will be the heir. Ewang amhe hiya binhang pachawe kitabang. Thus we should frequently recollect. And then, as usual, page 68 in the golden-colored chanting books for the dependent origination chant. Page 68. Avijja pachaya sankara sankara pachaya vinyana vinyana pachaya na marupang na marupapachaya sala yatanang sala yatana pachaya pasobha sampachaya vedana vedana pachaya tanha tanha pachaya upadanang upadana pachaya bhavo bhava pachaya jati jati pachaya jara maranang soka paride vadukka domana subhayasa sambhavanti eva me tatsake valatsa dukkha kanda sa samudayo hoti avichayatawe va ase savira
ganirodha sankara nirodho sankara nirodha vinyana nirodho vinyana nirodha namarupa nirodho namarupa nirodha salayatana nirodho salayatana nirodha pasa nirodho pasa nirodha vedana nirodho vedana nirodha tanha nirodho tanha nirodha upadana nirodho upadana nirodha bhava nirodho bhava nirodha jati nirodho jati nirodha jara maranang so kambhari devandu kandomana subhayasa nirujanti he vame tatsa kevala sadukha kanda sat nirodho hoti.
And then we'll finish with the closing homage, as usual. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sanghang Namami.